Terima kasih masih bersama kami dalam Newsline. Pemirsa, di Newsline edisi weekend kali ini kami punya segmen yang baru. Namanya segmen Ngopi, Ngobrol Peristiwa Terkini. Nah, dan di pekan ini cukup ramai yang menjadi obrolan untuk Ngopi adalah soal konsernya Westlife yang akan berlangsung di Stadion GBK pada Januari 2027 nanti. Kira-kira seperti apa soal menariknya Westlife ini dan juga bagaimana dia akan konser di Indonesia, lalu lagu-lagunya pastinya ini akan begitu membawa nostalgia ya, terutama soal cinta-cintaan, tentang terkenalnya dia di Indonesia, bagaimana perjuangan Westlife, dan juga yang pastinya apakah nantinya lagu kesukaan Anda akan dibawa, ya, tapi yang paling penting tiketnya, berapa harganya dan juga akan digelar seperti apa kemeriahannya, kita akan saksikan bersama dalam Ngopi bareng Westlife. Berikut ini untuk Anda.
Hey, hi guys, welcome back to Indonesia. Honestly, at this point, it kind of feels like Indonesia is already your second home, right?
For sure.
Oh yeah. At this stage, it probably is.
Nearly even
Okay.
our first home.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys come here so often now. So be honest, who's actually the best at speaking Bahasa Indonesia so far?
I think we have all of our moments. What we do like to do is to try and learn a little bit of the local language when we go on stage, whether that's asking people to raise their mobile phone light up high or put it down low. We like to say hello, we love you, you know, and see you soon. And, you know, it's very special. Indonesia is so close to Westlife's heart. From the first day we arrived with thousands of people at the airport, thousands of people at the hotels. It was always so close to us, and we've seen that relationship grow. You know, with our new album, we're only looking at this recently, all the old photographs and some of the songs on there, and some of these songs go down in the concerts in Indonesia better than anywhere else in the world. And like I said, the relationship has grown, and the stadiums and arenas have gotten bigger, so much so that we now play GBK Stadium, which is a real milestone in our career. I'm not sure we get any bigger than this in Indonesia. Hopefully we could do 2 nights, but yeah, it's going to be a big night.
Okay. But seriously though, you've been visiting Indonesia for years now. At this point, are any of you secretly thinking about buying a house here already?
I was genuinely looking at buying a property in Bali. I do a lot of surfing.
Is it for real? Is it for real?
Yeah, I do a lot of surfing, and my children are all surfers as well.
Okay.
So there is some really beautiful properties for sale in Bali all the time. But I hear Bali is getting very busy. So I was also looking at Lombok or Sumatra maybe.
Okay.
So I'm not sure yet.
Okay, Shane and Nick, are you also in the same case?
To be honest, I don't surf, and I'm not a brilliant swimmer. Now I'm sure I can buy one in the city, but I do like, if I'm going to buy a property, I do like to be beside the sea, but somewhere where I can fly within a couple of hours.
There's a song about that.
Like Portugal or
Oh, I do like to be beside
the seaside.
I went to Bali. I actually brought my family to Bali for a holiday back about 7 or 8 years ago. And it was lovely. It was a beautiful holiday. We were there for like 10 days. And obviously, look, we've been to Indonesia so many times. It's a special place in our heart. And we love coming back. And I think we have just this relationship with the Indonesian fans that's kind of different to a lot of places in the world. You know, there's something special about it. Our first album was 20 times platinum in Indonesia, which broke all the records, the biggest ever international album there. So it's always going to be a special place in our hearts. But after 25 years, like Nicky said, to be coming back to play our biggest ever show in GBK Stadium, it's a very proud moment for us as the band, and we want to celebrate, you know, all these amazing memories with our fans that night.
And I think things like that don't happen all the time for bands. To be playing their biggest show 25 years down the road and that goes to show how special the fans are and how important they are to be there on that night to celebrate that moment with us.
Yeah.
Okay, does performing at a massive stadium like GBK hit differently emotionally?
Yeah, absolutely. We did Stadion Madja about 4 years ago,
3.5, 4. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had a drone come like from the back of the stadium right up on stage beside our faces. It went around us, it went high, And all that footage is some of the best footage of Westlife's career. So to do that again in the bigger stadium next door, I just think that's special. I just think it shows where we are as a band, where we're getting to, how we're growing, how the people are growing with us. People want to hear those songs like My Love that they play in their bedroom when they're a kid. They now want to hear it, or should want to hear it on the stage in their national stadium. It doesn't get better than that. Like, I was a big Oasis fan when I was a teenager, and Coldplay. I went to see them in our national stadium in Ireland, and it's a night out. It's just fun. You all your worries are forgotten for 2 hours, and that's a special moment.
It was February 14th, February 2023, the last time we played that big stadium.
Okay, I'm saying stadium shows are completely different beasts. Bigger crowd, bigger pressure, bigger energy. So are you guys preparing differently for a GBK, like maybe more rest, more proper training, or is it
we played the biggest stadium in our home country 6 times, a stadium called Crow Park. So we played that 6 times, and it holds 85,000 people. We've also played Aviva Stadium, 60,000 people, Wembley Stadium. You know, so we know what it takes to put on a stadium show, and we know what it takes to like make sure that it is a very big spectacle and that the audience are very engaged. So we're very prepared for the show. We know that we're going to blow it out of the park, and we know that the Westlife fans are going to have the best night of their life at this concert.
Okay. What is like seeing longtime fans grow up with you while Gen Z are discovering Westlife almost like a brand new band?
It is. It's great. And I think that's why we're playing bigger shows now. I think there's a new generation of Westlife fans coming through because of their parents now are our age, let's say, and they've got kids and stuff and all that. And it's just, I think it's just great. You know, it's happening not just in Indonesia, it's happening around the world as well. You know, we're going back to Australia for the first time in 20 years. We're going to be playing a big tour in North America as well next year. So stuff that we haven't done before, countries that we haven't been to before as well. So I think the fact that this is the biggest ever show in Indonesia for Westlife, it kind of cements the fact that this is a family show now. Westlife music is generational. You know, it's passed down to the next generation, and they get to come and enjoy it. And it's going to be the biggest ever Westlife night in.
Well, look, every time we approach a new record, we sit down, we kind of digest it and go, what could we do with this? You know, how we want it to sound. As we've gotten older, we've also grown to know the producers really well. You know, maybe we were a little bit naive and probably overwhelmed at the beginning, you know, meeting these superstar producers. Now you go for dinner with these guys, you have a drink, and you say, I don't like the way I sang that, or maybe he should sing this, or let's all be collective here. And that becomes with maturity, age, and growing up. And I think that's how we approach everything now. Westlife it's 25 years. It's almost like 3 bands. You know, you've had when Brian was here, and obviously Mark is off at the moment. So we've had to shift around in so many different ways. But the incredible thing is our fans have always been so supportive throughout everything with us. You know, when Brian left, they really rallied to make sure that Westlife didn't split up. You know, now we see the love and emotion. That Mark is off sick at the moment. We see the Royal Albert Hall in London, people having the best time of their lives. We did Radio City in New York, where fans told us it was the best show they've ever been to for Westlife. And this is now growing into this 25th anniversary moment. And you only get to do these type of things, maybe not once, but very seldom, very so often. You know, as Keane said, we haven't been back to Stadion Madia in 3.5 years. So by the time we do GBK, it'll be 4 years. So what a moment for Westlife fans to say, I was at Stadion Madia and now I'm going to GBK. And we can never thank the fans enough, because they've been so brilliant and keep us going.
Nowadays, people skip songs in like 10 seconds. Do you still make album hoping fans will listen from beginning to end?
Oh, for sure. I think that's one thing that we really try and do, is to make sure that it's an album of good music. A lot of artists nowadays, it's about one song. For us, it's about a body of work, and that's what this is. This is 25 years of, you know, Westlife it's a body of work. You know, when you listen, when I was even just reading this before our interview, you know, the set list on the record itself, it's just incredible. And you know, I really look forward to even sitting down in my own house with my record player and putting this on and listening to it in this order, because you know it's an amazing body of work, and it's a very good representation of what we have done over the last 25 years. And you know, when we then go and perform it in a concert, it's got to be the same. It's got to feel like, you know, one big story, and that's what it is.
Okay, before we wrap up, can you guys give a fun message to Indonesian fans who already need ready to stream every single lyric that you guys at GBK?
I think keep streaming it, keep singing the songs. You know, we love Indonesia. We've had so many amazing memories there. We're about to have our biggest probably in January in the big stadium show. But I think just keep enjoying the music, keep telling your friends, and you know, we'll always come back. Westlife will always be here as long as you want us there.
Okay, Shinkin, you have something to say to Indonesian fans?
Yeah, well, look, you can never sum up in one moment the love and support that they've shown us. I think this album, as Keane mentioned, is a body of work, so many memories, so many good moments that we've shared on that album, and it all climaxes on January 23rd. So we're looking forward to that big moment, and drone shots. You're going to be on camera on Westlife's Instagram. It's going to be exciting, and follow us all on Insta, and we'll see you January 23rd.
And I just want to say,
okay, guys. Yes,
thank you so much.
please.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. See you in Jakarta.
Bye.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.